Alright, so we are returning to World Tour with Beef Not Afraid, who is ready to go.
Beef thou not afraid.
Beef is wearing a karate gi because I think that's the only way you get to go to France. It's a weird thing to say, but it's accurate.
Gi, a sombrero, and bat wings.
Yes, and Beef has also additional outfits, but we need to deal with the gi-related thing first.
Then...
Okay, there we go. So this will get me to France. I presume this is what unlocks what's-her-name. The new French woman.
Manon.
Manon, thank you. I keep forgetting her name for the other new woman who kicks ass. Oh, we're starring in a music video. This is appropriate. This is an excellent way to start the stream. Beef and ballet. Oh, yeah, the fact that this character is vaguely based on Lady Gaga doesn't look like a secret anymore.
Always Radio Gaga.
That's something else. Although, legitimately, there are Capcom characters that may or may not be based on Freddie Mercury.
Several.
Like Mega Man, for instance.
Cut! That's a wrap. Great job.
Thank you so much. Nice work.
Alright. I like that apparently you just get to go to France because... like, literally a random side quest dude in Metro City is like, hey, if you own a karate gi, I will take you to France. I can tell you that does not actually happen in most places. So incidentally, in the meanwhile, I did a bunch of side quests with Beef Not Afraid, and definitely leveled up. Has mostly been using
That's
like nonsense.
wow, that outfit.
Well, again, I had to wear the karate gi just for now, but Beef is better coordinated elsewhere too.
Hey, when did you get a sombrero?
When didn't I get a sombrero?
Hold on.
Oh, what? I don't get to see Manon at all?
My apologies.
Don't take this away from me. I've got to learn to be a better Street Fighter. It's the only reason I came to France.
You weren't bad.
Okay,
Not
good.
being thrown around, that is to say. You must have enjoyed it. You came to be thrown again, yes?
Callie, welcome to the stream.
My mistake.
Beef Not
Oh,
Afraid
Jo-
is happy you're here.
Oh,
Could it be that you
I
did
like
you already
the
get
fact-
beat up by Manon?
Huh?
Did you already get beat up by Manon, or were you about to
No,
watch
I think that's
it?
what we're heading towards. There was a
Okay.
music video at which Manon had to throw me during, but now Manon is like offering the balance or something. I have no idea.
Good evening. I'm here now.
Good day and
Yo.
welcome.
Hey, mate.
Hey, Ginny. Hey, Galscrub. Hey, Gogglebob. Fanboy here. I haven't heard his voice yet.
I'm here.
Hello, Fanboy. I hope you are well.
We are up and streaming
Long day.
already.
Position and time.
Beef Not Afraid.
That is an extremely horns
You and I.
mind to threatening you. Is that jury, or am I getting them mixed up?
Yes, that's Manon. Manon? Manon.
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 Manon was
Manon.
somebody different.
That said,
Do-do-do-do.
Beef I see has gained a sombrero,
Yeah.
bat wings, a karate gi. Beef is looking sharp.
Well, the karate gi is just for the shoot. As you can see, the people in the background are predominantly wearing gis as well.
Oh.
So your beef is a follower, not a leader? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
I was saying
No, beef is in a goddamn movie.
yeah, beef got recruited
Beef
for
understands
like, a music
when
video.
it's Beef understands when it's time to dress like the part. Obviously. Beef is definitely not a follower. Beef follows her own profane mandate to the bitter end. That said, Beef is not going to ruin a movie shoot because Beef is considerate.
Said she might break into a street fight at some point.
Oh no! It's we're in Street Fighter world. Breaking into street fights is just like how you say hello here.
This is literally true.
Yes, extremely true.
I like that I'm kind of accidentally way too leveled because I think you're supposed to get the side quest earlier. So she is absolutely kicking my ass, but like not doing enough damage. It feels good to be on the other side of that for once. Wow.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Good.
Beef just has incredible stamina.
He's got that Rocky Balboa swagger.
There we go.
Do you have to use a Ryu's set for this shoot?
No, it's
that's
just a matter
what
of...
he's got equipped.
Yeah. I figured I'm about to get a whole bunch of different masters, so we'll figure out who to switch over to after everybody.
Of course.
Oh, we don't even get to see a cutscene of you getting your ass kicked?
I think that technically already happened.
Yeah, she threw you like once! That's whack. Like, kind of hurricane kick your hurricane kick, and then he beat the shit out of you.
Splendid.
I feel like there's no purer act than absolutely getting the shit kicked out of you and winning anyways. It's truly noble. Every time I see this guy's weird, wild fucking outfit, I'm just in awe. Oh hey, you're Luffy from One Piece now. Or you were for a moment.
Please come again.
Yes. Just dude, I saw on the streets of the local city, I saw an elderly lady wearing, I'm not exaggerating, a red top, jean shorts, and a straw hat, and I almost took a picture of her. It's like, lady, you know you're cosplaying as like an anime character.
I feel like there's a like 50-50 chance that she would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Right. That's why I didn't
as ladies tend to be, or she'd be like, "Yeah, Luffy, obviously."
I was going for this.
What do you think I'm trying to do? Back in my incredibly misspent youth, one night while at the club, I ran into a girl that was literally just as Tifa Lockhart.
Nice.
The suspenders, the wife beater top, everything. I think she was
go
wearing
on.
gloves. And I
I
said,
feel like you can find a better term for that kind of top, though.
there definitely is, but that's what I'm going with. I'm locked in now.
T-shirt.
And I asked her, "Hey, Tifa Lockhart, you just like her?" And she said, "Who?" And I just said, "Never mind, no, don't worry about it."
So we're going from France to Russia for the only reason you would ever go to Russia. Incidentally, these two guys with what's the name of those Russian hats? I feel like it starts with a B.
Uh, well, like
Oh,
the
I know.
another. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I had to beat them up in a side quest, and that's how I got a ticket to Russia.
Let's see. They are called Ushanka. That's not a B at all.
Yeah, Nishanka.
He's very buff.
Beef Not Afraid is ready for Zangief.
Beef Not Afraid was
Zangief ready
born ready for
Beef Not
Zangief.
Afraid.
You're a fighter, yes.
No.
All right, so my question is, how do you think Zangief texts?
You've
Take your
crafted your
time.
physique with care? What?
No. If there's anything about I can say with complete sincerity about Beef Not Afraid, it's that she cares a great deal.
Nothing about Beef Not Afraid happens by accident. Let's be real.
Yeah, no.
Okay, Zangief's training is making me sweat just looking at it.
Is he doing the Russian kick dance? But with enormous dumbbells?
No, don't make Beef Not Afraid do that. Beef does not have a body for this.
You can do it. Put your heart into it. Left. There. A bit more. Good thing. So wait. Come on.
Oh man, Zangief believes in you. I think that I could like perform superhuman feats of strength just if I like had complete confidence that Zangief believed in me. In many ways, this is the most positive story mode I've ever seen in my life. Extremely
Emotionally
affirming.
supportive Zangief is here
Yeah.
for you.
There is no part of Zangief that does not believe in you. The knowledge that Zangief loves me and wants me to be happy.
Zangief
Wants
says
me
that
to be my best self. You're
Zangief
quickly like a sponge. A
yeah,
sponge
a
of
sponge
muscle.
muscle.
Enrolled.
Oh yes. Yeah. So
I
at
feel
some
like-
point,
I feel like Zangief's basic philosophy is not everybody will look like me, but that doesn't mean anybody shouldn't try. Effort is always appreciated.
What can I get for you?
Let's see what's available at the Zangief shop. Why are they selling big puffy jackets and ski masks in Russia? I don't know if I'm okay with this.
Seriously, though, that jacket has serious drip. Rip a jacket. God, how long do you think it'll be before somebody mods by any means necessary onto that jacket?
Okay, now we're gonna do the greatest test of Beef Not Afraid possible, which is we're flying to India. You know how Beef already has ridiculous limbs?
Oh! She's gonna learn to stretch them.
One would hope. It actually kind of funny if they're like, yeah, no, you're not learning from Dalsim. Like,
All I can think of is this tweet I saw of a Dalsim's voice actor saying, "Okay, what's the next line?" The voice actor director, "You're not gonna believe this."
Yoga.
Yoga. I love that. Oh wow, just tripping over the elephant. That's just disrespectful, Beef.
Beef Not Afraid got into a fight with a lion earlier, so. Are they gonna address how Dalsim, like, would not, like, even by Beef Not Afraid standards, this is not a normal human being? Like there's being, like, good at yoga, and then there's petting an elephant with your hand while on the ground.
In that case,
Do you intend to trade here? Oh, please, I want to see Beef Not Afraid stretched to the limits. Oh my god, Beef Not Afraid just sitting Lotus style. Yes! Yes, that is not how anything works!
I can't wait. I'm excited to see this. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
The
no.
cliffing alone.
Oh no. Oh,
Beef Not Afraid breaks the universe just by being in it.
Beef Not Afraid. Yes! The sombrero works!
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Yoga Not Afraid.
there is no need to rush.
It's okay, Beef. You'll get there eventually.
Listen to what your body needs. I want to die.
I'm listening to my body right now, and it tells me I need to put both my feet behind my head.
I'm sorry, somehow her boots get involved and it's just like nothing works right. Yeah, I'm equipping the Dalcium abilities immediately just to see how this works.
Yeah, you have to.
You kind of have to. Like, you don't not get to do that.
Oh, sleepy.
A minute ago, I was talking about how like badly I want Zangief to take me on as his pupil, but now I really want Dalsim's leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta equip Dalcium's abilities immediately. Ryu style, you're going in the garbage.
Damn.
How you gonna do Ryu dirty like that?
What else I can equip? Can I do yoga? Can I do Dalsim with Zangief abilities?
I'm sure you can. Unless the resultant being would be too powerful for this broken world.
Yes. Theoretically, I can do a screwing pile driver with that, and I need like an anti-air. That would make sense. And super arts. Still just gonna stick to Hadouken. Alright, this should be good. Fights are going to be interesting. And let's see what we can buy for apparel in India. Just
Oi.
those hats. Okay. I'm sticking to my sombrero.
Oh, so I'm at my mom's place for 4th of July, right? Fuck America, by the way. So being
It knows
the
what it did.
America knows what the fuck it did. So being
No,
the,
most of America doesn't know.
that is true. That is true. Being the sort of person that I am deep down inside, I immediately went over to the TV and just put on my 4th of July YouTube playlist, which I have subtitled Maximum Patriotism. It is all protest songs. I got Dead American on there. I've got an All-American Neighborhood on there. I've got American Life. I've got basically every song about how America sucks on there. And my folks, God bless them, did not notice what I was doing until I told them.
So is the whole family visiting, or is it just your parents hanging around?
Oh, this is my folks. Where am I wearing Coco? Hmm?
Oh, okay. Well, I knew where you were, but I was just wondering if your siblings showed up too.
My sister-in-law is on her way, and
Okay.
Sequoia, obviously. So, my brother is unfortunately stuck in Cincinnati for, his cargo flight stuff. That job's almost over, though. He is going to be not doing that in the very near future.
Oh.
Good for him.
Is he going to become like an old person here who speaks exclusively in PlayStation buttons?
One would hope. One would hope.
Just who are you, really?
So if you're playing on Xbox, would it Change the font.
I really hope that it just stays PlayStation buttons to imply that he's at a level of consciousness you cannot comprehend. He's speaking a language that is so far beyond you.
It's like with Gino in Mario RPG.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's Geno language. All right. I'm waiting to see a stretchy limit. I haven't seen any. Oh wait, no, there we go. Oh my God. Oh, it's perfect. She's evolved to her next form. She was never truly recognizable as human, but now she is so far beyond us.
Oh. This is something.
Oh, the spinning pile driver! Oh!
Yeah,
I obviously have it muted, but I really hope that, like, when she does that floating in the lotus pose, she's saying, in whatever voice you have selected for her, yoga, 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 yoga.
I actually don't remember setting her voice on the stream, but when I was playing it by myself, I was like, oh, she has a surprisingly deep voice. Like, I was surprised by the character I created.
I do remember you having to select a voice. Though.
I mean, my assumption for her voice, having never heard it, is that she has the voice of the Legion. She speaks, and you hear like 50 voices in 40 languages.
Oh, it'd be hilarious if you could just set her voice to be every character's voice all at once.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got all the fighting styles, right? It makes perfect sense.
Be like one of those Saints Row 2, every single boss voice singing along to Take On Me. Supercut things.
I like that our resident mystic Native American character. I really hope they don't find out that Beef Not Afraid is an evil spirit.
I don't think Beef Not Afraid is concerned with the distinctions between good and evil. I believe she sees those as the foolish claims of those bound to mortality. She has evolved beyond such things.
I'm trying to think, are there any other characters other than like JP and Fury that we haven't gotten
Just
yet?
like that. It looks
So
like the spirits are
I won this
smiling upon
stupid like skirt thing for Beef Not Afraid that absolutely does not fit the body at all.
Obviously.
Which is great because it seems to like legs clip out of it in every other cutscene.
Beef is simply too powerful for this world. Too strong.
No, it's a shame I got T-Hawk's throw at the same time as Renji's throw. Alright, so now we've got... Does the Singing Wolf actually speak a language now? Nope, just mumble. Whatever, man.
What can I get for you?
What can we buy in Mexico? Musically enough, this is not where I got the sombrero. Although there is a really rad jacket that is available. Tempting.
Give Beef that drip. I want you to live in a world, Gogglebob, where you need to explain to someone what beef drip means. They'll be like, is that like when you cook it just medium, just the right amount, and it's like dripping off the bone? And they're like, no, it's far weirder than that.
When you look like Beef Not Afraid. Okay, so let's see if we've been to all these countries. India, yes. Russia, yes. France, yes. Mexico, yeah. America, Japan, Jamaica, Brazil. Oh, Cammy, I think we missed. Let's see if she's hanging around here.
I would imagine so.
I like to think that Ken I obviously haven't played the game, and like I'm sure this is not the case. But I like to think that if you go up to Ken, he goes, "Man, fuck America," and if you go up to Cammy, she goes, "Man, fuck the UK." And like when you put them together, they're like, "Man, fuck my country, and get along great because of that exact like shared ground.
I mean, Ken is currently working as a construction worker, so he's probably not happy with the country. But also, he's kind of wanted terrorists, so maybe they are. He's trying to keep a low profile on that.
No, sometimes you can't go to a protest because it would be bad if you got arrested personally.
Yeah, I think Ken's in that boat right now. I also love how many different cutscenes we're already seeing where, thanks to the fact that Beef Not Afraid is wearing a sombrero, you can't see something dramatic. It's like having somebody really tall sitting in front of you at a movie theater. Beat, I will explain to you that concept later, since I know you won't understand.
Wow, rude. I know it. I've seen the like fucking Sesame Street bit where the lady's wearing like a hat 20 feet tall and sitting in front of Bert and Ernie. Motherfucker thinks I didn't go to preschool.
We have to meet Cammy before sunrise? Okay, whatever.
I'm ready when you are.
Well, Cammy has lots of cool friends she hangs out with until 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Right?
Could they make it like Cammy's entire story mode, like just that it took her like 4 games to figure out she could buy pants?
Just wasting your strength. Hit fast and with finesse.
Like she was trained by Shadowloo to fear and hate them, but has now learned that she can do better.
That's just so cool.
I always sort of thought that Cammy was like, yeah, I know about pants. It doesn't mean I'm going to wear them.
You're certain?
Yes, Jeannie, she is extremely cool. A role model to us all.
Please instruct me further.
Something about Beef Not Afraid cannon spiking is vaguely concerning. Alright, so I am
And not
now...
the floating. The floating didn't bother you?
Now I got Cammy. I think that's everybody now. Let's see. We did. Calcio. Okay. Alright, so now we can proceed with the actual plot.
Boo!
Hey,
Fuck
don't you want
plot.
to see a fighting tournament with Dalcine, Cross, Beef Not Afraid? Also, I found out that, like, part of this game is you, like, unlock fast travel through side quests, but the fast travel places are, like, 5 feet from each other. So it's like, why, guys?
I think
Why
my
did you think
favorite,
this
like,
was
fast travel revelation was that Sonic Frontiers does have a fast travel system, like, for the gigantic open world areas. But also, you're Sonic the Hedgehog. You are already very fast.
It's just faster travel.
Yeah, like, the load times in that game were really low, too. Like, shockingly low. Like, it was actually very convenient. But also, you are Sonic the Hedgehog. You do move very fast as just part of the course.
What? I have to go back to Metro City just to, like, get, like, a... I waited to do this quest! I'm gonna fight some random hooligans
What
on
do
the
you think
street
you
now.
should have done?
Everything about Dalcine's moveset is great for fighting random dudes on the streets. They have
It's
to be
really weird
so
to see. It's really weird to see Shoryukens to have that low of a gravity after doing them.
Yeah, I do have to feel like this is the first Street Fighter game where you can mix and match special moves, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like they definitely did that once in Mortal Kombat, which was amusing.
Unfortunately, it was still Mortal Kombat.
Sadly.
This is true, but it did get an old man to say, "Get over here."
Oh god,
Best part of that game.
that game was so bad they had to reboot the whole universe to make up for it.
Is that the one with Motor Kombat? I think that was the one with Motor Kombat.
No, Armageddon.
What is
had
Motor
Mortal
Kombat?
Kombat. Motor Combat.
That's the one they rebooted after.
Yeah, because the one with the old man was Deception.
Right.
Oh, was that the one? Did they name him Shujenko?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Ed Boon.
Protagonist. New items in stock in the shop. Well.
Send fucking Shujenko and Bo Raicho into the fucking waste bin.
Alright, nothing too exciting here at the shop.
I do like the do-rag.
But it doesn't beat Sombrero.
Like, no, obviously. We live in a society.
No, it's apparently... Oh yeah, did anybody notice this stupid thing? Because I noticed it while I was playing in side quest mode. One moment, I'll bring it to everyone's attention. Okay, so you see this shop over here? And it's like vaguely Japanese themed, and the clerk is named Gamora.
Damn.
Yeah, it's Sodom.
Yeah,
Sodom's thing.
They're playing with like the idea that Sodom somehow. Oh, I can buy a luchador mask. Well, I can't.
I'm sure
do
that Sodom like put the money in to make this shop a reality.
He is responsible.
Sodom knows what he's doing.
I can actually buy some.
Then we fight him and find out that his full name is Sodom Katana.
I mean, given damn, that would make sense.
Yeah, that's the joke. I really dislike tight outfits on Beef Not Afraid because it makes the unusual contours of their physiology more apparent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is worth noting.
I like how everybody's like, yeah. Alright.
Do you expect different?
Now where's can I advance the plot?
Look, we all are honest people here, right? We all love Beef, but also we're all kind of afraid of her. I'd say that's a healthy respect.
Do this at night?
Inspired to that line from Spy Kids where, do you think God stays in heaven because he's afraid of what he created?
Once again, the line from Spy Kids.
The line from Spy Kids is one of the greatest fucking lines ever. Simple fact,
Rodrigo's never won
you
anything
got a
less than hard.
recognized game. Rodriguez has never not gone as hard as humanly possible.
Yep.
You alright, fanboy? You sound a little exhausted.
Long day.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you
That's
feel
life.
better soon.
I got tomorrow off. There's that at least.
Yeah, exactly. Hope you enjoy it too.
Mm-hmm.
Think life easier. Okay, I guess I gotta find Damned on my own.
Damned.
Yeah, Junkyard. First place I'd look. Junkyard owned by what's his name from the last game and also Final Fight. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Final Fight Streetwise.
Yes, exactly. Mike Haggard.
I know
becomes
exactly
an
who
old
you're talking
figure.
about. Don Fry.
Yes, exactly.
I appreciate that SF5's Shadaloo Archives website made it clear that Cody's brother is canon, but he looks and acts nothing like he did in Streetwise.
Well, Streetwise hasn't happened yet, obviously.
And it never will.
Like,
I feel like
we diverted
like
the
one of the most
timeline.
fun things you can do, like when you have a series that has a ridiculous amount of entries and just absolutely nebulous canon, is confirm that like something really crazy and dumb totally did happen, but who cares? That's the best of me. I love
Come
that
to
shit.
think of it, have aliens ever been distinctly involved in the Street Fighter or Final Fight canon?
No.
No.
Because, I mean, like, I know the future goes toward Captain Commando canon.
What if it goes to Street Fighter 2010, the Final Fight canon, then?
I really hope it does. I just want Ken to just like offhandedly mention, oh yeah, like 13 years ago I had a really weird phase. Don't worry about it.
I made
Or just like,
Cyberplasm. It seemed
or just
like a
like
good
if
idea
you
at
like
the
see
time.
the inside of Ken's house, just like one of the pictures on his shelf is of his pixel art. Just the sprite from Street Fighter 2010. And like it's just accepted that is Ken, and that was what Ken
Oh
did
yeah,
in
that was
2010.
before I met my wife.
Yeah, this is right before I met my wife. Like don't like don't draw attention to it. Don't like make a big deal of it. It's just, oh yes, that absolutely happened, and I'm not even trying to deny it. How did I come back from that? Who knows? Who cares? But it absolutely happened. It was real.
Who knows? Who cares?
Dalton Arm's hitting everybody on the screen.
Yes,
It
this
seems
is like
very
really actually.
overpowered.
Dal seems surprisingly effective.
So apparently they're going to start shooting off a bunch of explosions right next to where I am in like 2 minutes. So I am going to end my call so that doesn't interrupt everybody and go and look at pretty colors in the sky. And then I will come back when it's done.
Enjoy your space beach.
Enjoy explosion.
I certainly will. See y'all in a bit.
Fun.
Okay. I am still trying to figure out where Damned is hanging out. Because they used to mark that on the thing, but now I don't see it, so... Gotta find them. There's like just random dudes hanging out on top of street signs. Where did Thrasher go?
God, I just finished a line in FF16, and like before he finished saying it, all like before I saw the subtitle, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna say that," and it's like the worst, dumbest cliche I could think of, and it was exactly what he just said.
Was it Morbin time?
No, that would be fun. This
Yeah, I was
game has
about
no
to
sense of
say.
humor.
That's not a cliche. That's morbid.
What if they could live on their own terms?
Is it
I really
everything that goes
wish-
back to the lousy slave metaphor?
Yeah. I really wish that like whoever was voice directing Clive would let him deliver anything, deliver lines in anything but this like strangled whisper that he delivers all his goddamn lines in.
Strangled whisper.
Cause like that's the only like even when he's like talking to someone in the middle of a fight, like half the time he'll be like, "Oh, these monsters." It's just like, dude, why are you talking like this all the time? Everyone else talks like a normal person.
Yeah, Clive doesn't
Well,
do a lot to make it himself a likable protagonist.
And that would be fine, but he's the only character the game's interested in.
Yeah, well, they definitely, when I say that, like, they definitely want you to be sympathetic to his plight would be the best way I would describe it.
Yeah, like, he as a person is kind of empty. Except for the things that happen to him.
Yes, well, I mean, he's had a rough go of it, but it's also, like, okay. Like...
I get that.
It's like,
Does he have things that he does? Does he have thoughts other than this?
like, you understand that, like, there are literal slaves in your world, and, like, they have it worse.
Like, he was enslaved, but not his entire life. He is no longer enslaved.
I was gonna say, he wasn't,
He is-
like, the way they do that cut, and I don't know if they do any further cuts back to his time as what were they calling him? Wyvern? But...
Oh, Wyvern. Yeah, I don't think that's ever brought up because
Right,
I
and
talked to someone who was actually reading the active time lore, and if you read that, like all of the group people in the Bastards,
That's
like
what
it
they
just
called
jumps. Yeah, all the people in The Bastards have, like, backstories that are just dumped into the active time lore.
Nice. So yeah, we're not.
One of them was apparently also a noble.
Am I right?
Not it apparently doesn't say of what, but he was a noble who was enslaved, and it's like, okay, you would think that he and Clive would have some point of common contention. Clive forgets they existed the second they're done.
What's a guy to do?
God. But yes, as I was going to say, considering the way the game makes that time period act for like 5 real game minutes, I don't think you're supposed to consider it too hard.
There are other time skips in the game.
Of course.
The game doesn't really have any thing that happens during time skips.
Just, you have to know that things are going on.
Things happened. There's not really any, like, major status quo difference. We just wanted to bump up the numbers a little bit.
Pump up the numbers a little bit.
What if slavery is bad?
Jesus.
Okay, now I gotta remember where the hell the crow's nest is. Who were those guys? I mean, this is something that I feel like RPGs have gotten better at, but like games that mimic RPGs aren't so great. It's like, go back to that area that you were one time and maybe you remember where it was. Like, hopefully.
Well, that's what you get for having hopes and dreams in a world where everybody just wants to fight. Although I guess your hopes and dreams just involve more fighting.
Well, I think,
Fighter.
what's the plan? I want to be the strongest in the world, or whatever the hell.
I want to be the very best.
Like no one ever was.
Yeah.
Which one were the crows? I remember. Were they the guys in Chinatown? I guess I better go see what I can do. I think, yeah, they were the ones who were in boxes in Chinatown. So, I think. Like, it's difficult to tell your villains apart when they're all just wearing weird, like, boxes.
Scornful voice.
Okay, here we go.
Have they stopped attacking you because you kicked
wait.
so many of their asses, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, these are canaries, not the crows. So where were the crows? God damn it. I guess maybe the crows were... There's only so many places to go. Oh, here's a crocus. So they're probably around here.
Practice time. Any last words?
No, you're canaries again. God damn it. Dude, I love how Dalsim just completely zones everybody all at once. This is amazing. You know, under normal circumstances, I probably wouldn't think to play as Dalsim, but, you know, had to do it for the complete insanity of this character. I mean, I would think in a game like this, being as quote-unquote slow as Dalsim would be a bad thing. Because, like, I've never considered Dalsim to be somebody who's got great reaction time. But being able to just zone everybody at once, I'm okay with that. Okay, let's see if we can't find our crows. Yeah, this is where the sumos hang out. Here's some crows. Crocus. Lady Crow, Roughest Rider. Gotta be getting close. Also, I have not been able to figure out what is the point of the whole flight ticket thing in this, because there's only like 2 real places you would want to go. but they put a limit on how many times you can fly around the world. But at this point, I now have like 80 tickets. I'm not certain what the like plan is there. Like they just didn't want you like popping into loading times over and over again. I don't know.
You gotta want it.
Exactly. They had to throw something at the concept of world travel not being completely free in this universe. Also, it sounds like a thunderstorm is kicking in here, so hopefully that will not impact anything.
Do not die.
Oh, and Callie, I think to answer your question, that when you reach a certain level, some of the lower level characters no longer fight you. But it has to be like a significant difference, because these characters are like level 17 and I'm like level 40 and they're still like, well, I will fight you.
They're brave.
Yes.
Unlike you.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where the crow leader is, or whatever the hell it is I'm looking for. Okay, here's some stronger crows.
Let's go! Spinning fire check!
God, I love how the freaking ridiculous shirt I'm wearing stretches with everything else. It is just... everything about this I love. They could have easily said, no, you could not learn from Dalsim, that would be ridiculous. But no, they did it, and I'm loving it.
Hey, hold up.
My only complaint is that Zangief's spinning pile driver doesn't have similar range. Just to completely destroy everything.
Wait, I wonder what it's based off of, because their arms are long enough.
We're gonna need to put together the Beef Not Afraid wiki to figure out exact hitboxes for this one.
Can't be any worse than Sonic's.
Are you
Y'all
talking
seen
about
that tweet?
the ridiculous crab thing that was released recently?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them that they were showing off. Like the bullets they were firing were like, an inch away from where it was supposed to, or where it was on the screen. How the one boss, what was it, the oil, not the oil, ocean, chemical plant zone, where he attacks by, and you can just dodge it just by ducking. Like he'll pour like the chemical right on you, and you just duck and you're okay.
Yes.
That one I've known since I was a kid.
I was about to say, I feel like I've used that in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe suggest that Sonic wasn't a very good game.
I mean, it was just very, like, I even thought this at the time, like, it really didn't put in the same amount of, like, polish as a Mario game did. Like, I still maintain that the final boss of Sonic... Can somebody look up Chapter 11-2 and where the hell the crow's nest is? Because I feel like I'm going to walk around it in a circle for the rest of the night.
You do it, Scrub.
Let's see.
That means you, Callie.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
But yeah, no, as I was about to say, I maintain that the final boss of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 was just like, we need to figure out a way to finish this game. Let's just go with this idea we had for a random boss.
No, wait, that's Sonic 2 boss theme.
Okay, did you talk to the crow's Burunga?
The crow's what?
Okay, did you talk to Mad Gear Tequila?
Yes. Wait, tequila? What just happened?
Oh, the game just introduced a really on-the-nose climate change metaphor. And then the character said, "Oh, isn't the truth inconvenient?"
Oh God.
Wow. Just wow. Okay, where's
Come on.
Mad Gear Tequila?
Oh wait. Okay. Never mind. Did you? There's a crow at the gate that you have to talk to.
The
Crow's
gate of
Barunga.
what?
I don't know. At the gate of the entrance. I don't know. Where's the? Wasn't there a purple thing? Wasn't there a purple like signifier? Where did it go?
The purple signifier was for where I met Damned. Yeah,
No idea who that is.
the Mad Gear guy.
It's me, Mad Gear.
Yeah, maybe there's a gate at the front of the crow's nest, and then there's like someone you have to talk to.
Yeah, but I'm trying to find where the crow's nest is.
Well, navigate to that thing, wherever that's taking you.
The pink thing
Maybe.
takes me back to Damned. That was where I met Damned. And there's a bunch of crows here in the park.
Is there a crow Barungak?
Okay, we're gonna go back to where this pink thing is, but
Ruga Ruga.
pretty sure it's where we
Wee
were.
wee you, go go Ruga, Garuga, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take to Garudo.
The Zora.
Garuda to Zora. We stopped making Link Bottom. I was thinking about that old, remember that old ad from the 50s that went viral, like in the early internet? It was like, I've robbed the rainbow to make you gay.
What?
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh my god, no, it's like, it's an ad for knitting yarn.
Where's Tequila?
And there's like a court jester holding up like an armload of this really colorful yarn, and like the caption is, "I've robbed the rainbow to make you gay."
Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember that. I was thinking it was something else.
But it was thinking like, what if that was like the plot of like a heist movie starring Jason Statham? It's like, I've robbed
He's
the
just
rainbow.
screaming it at the climax.
Yes, I've robbed the rainbow to make you gay. The rest of the film is actually just the rest of the film is actually like nothing but gently like reworked footage from Crank.
Gently.
I'm not a fan of strangers.
Crocus.
Well, speaking of crazy action movies, I watched John Wick 4 this weekend.
Oh, that's Clad's a winner.
Yeah. That's a lot of action.
So much action. Oh, the character who brought it up said the truth is inconvenient. No. Oh my god.
I am just devastated by how self-satisfied that shitty line was.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
Are you telling me this entire time all you have to do was go to the pink spots on the map?
Because the
That
pink
tends
spot
to
was
be how the
already
game
started.
functions.
But then I had to talk to another guy who was like 5 feet away from the other guy. Why would I think to do that?
Because the pink spot
Maybe
didn't go
because the game
anywhere.
is telling you to?
Look, this is all very complicated.
Listen, the ballot was confusing. There, I can match wits with you, FF16.
Congratulations, you're fighting with a mud wrestling with a pig.
I've begun trying to keep track of the number of lines or aspects of this game that elicit from me the thought, this game thinks I'm stupid. We're well into double digits, right?
I mean, I hate to say it, but anything that's aping Game of Thrones is like already starting from a low place.
Yeah.
Don't think much of you. Don't think much of you.
It's like, I have a very low opinion of you. I just need you to know this right now.
Like, let's just get this on get this where everyone can see it.
Yeah, it's like, I believe in radical honesty. I hold you in distaste. Like watching a cockroach scurry across the wall of a bathroom. It's visceral, gut level. It does not involve my higher functions.
Well, that reminds me, our old head of HR.
This is gonna go somewhere fun.
Yeah. Oh,
Isn't
do tell.
Is there an old head of HR or somebody pretty high up? Well, you're getting beat up by. Oh no, you won.
I gotta figure out the proper zoning for Beef Not Afraid.
Somebody high up wanted the whole company to read this book called Radical Candor, which I haven't read, so I don't really know. But it's just like the name of the book. I was like, oh no.
I have this mental image of someone fucking up and reading a book called Radical Candy. Coming back like really confused and kind of terrified.
We'll talk later, okay? Who in the blue hell are you, and what are you doing?
Am I supposed to know who Rudra is? Is this somebody from a previous Street Fighter game? Can they breathe fire?
Might be a reference. I think that was Agni at some point.
Tell the organizers we're sending one of our own.
Like, is that somebody from Final Fight 3?
Scrambles like an idiot and sends you here, huh? I was gearing up for a good brawl, you know?
Looks like he did Street Fighter 6.
Bona fide main event. We got the Crows versus Mad Gear.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
this guy has the same haircut as Tommy Pickles, so.
Tommy Pickles. Fanboy, real fast. I wanted to ask if you're familiar with the Pippin at mark.
Like all I'm bringing up in my head is the Apple Pippin, which probably is not it.
It says Advanced Technology by Apple Computer.
Yeah, I would imagine that it's related to the thing that Bandai released in Japan in the mid-90s.
Okay. This sounds awful, I'll just have you know.
Oh no, it was expensive and underpowered at the time.
I love it. I love
Also a controller vaguely shaped like a boomerang, so that's always been a good winning combination.
it. First have trackball.
Hey.
Sony.
I'm playing a PlayStation 5 right now.
Oh yeah, fanboy. I missed the on the nose name for like the climate something climate change org or whatever in FF60.
Which on the note? What?
You're talking about
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, the climate change metaphor. But what about it?
Yeah, I missed the like.
The line that he gives when he proposes this theory is that the truth is inconvenient.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You're like you take one look at that and you're just I don't even know how I would react.
They heard me when it happened, and it was a horrible guttural.
Oh, you just start vomiting.
I was gonna say, I was concerned
Kinda.
somebody on the stream had died.
It can't be a reaction to Beef Not Afraid because
Yeah, you're right.
No,
You know, I thought I had done something so bad.
Like, I'm fine with Beef Not Afraid. Like I'm fine with many things in this life. Look, I don't have overly high standards here. But if you tell me a truth is inconvenient, and then you like wait for the applause.
I could feel whoever wrote that line smirking, and all I could think is that if I could see them in that moment, I would have just said, "That fucking sucks. You should be ashamed."
Yeah. That fucking blows.
Go back. Try again.
So,
Wait, so you're part of the Mad Gears now?
apparently I have to join the Mad Gears in a fighting tournament, and I was told to bring friends, and I've literally been told to go to a mountain in another country to get said friends. Like, alright.
Listen, you gotta go. You gotta go
International
climb
org.
mountains in Austria because you have pissed off everyone here in America. They come to me every day asking if you have died yet.
Every day.
Every single day, everyone in America lined up outside of my office, demanding news of your death. Vietnam bans the Barbie movie.
Oh, I saw that.
Did they give a rationale, or are we just in the
Yes,
dark for
because
now?
the Barbie movie has a world map in it that acknowledges
Oh.
Chinese claims on the Spratly Island.
Oh my
They,
god.
they knew what they were doing.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
No.
It is far beyond time for the band Aqua to call out Xi Jinping for his disgusting revisionism of of the eternal science of Maoism, Marxism, Leninism.
I'll just be amazed if they're cool with Oppenheimer but not Barbie.
Oppenheimer specifically does not show a Chinese claim on those islands. It's very
They have-
strange.
it
It's
was
never
in the
even brought
original
up.
cut,
They just
but
show
they-
that.
they
They just
took it
show
off.
that map.
Yeah, it's like it's just there. Surely before John Cena, like,
Oh God.
I mean, to deliver the keynote address to the annual party congress.
Jesus.
Wow, thanks, John Cena. No, thank
Famous
you,
friend of
Xi Jinping.
Oppenheimer in real life.
What's that?
Famous friend of Oppenheimer in real life.
In real life, yes.
And immortal beyond our kin.
I was about to say it was his grandfather, like Don Cena. They just do the typical thing where like the grandfather played by the grandchild, you know.
Oh, that's so good, Don Cena.
That's way better than
stupid.
That's way better than when the actual WWE threatened to bring in a thankfully never seen character when John Cena was kayfabe fired named Juan Cena.
Oh my god.
We
Are
are
we
all
looking at
fortunate
Cenas
that
around the world?
we are all fortunate that no attempt was ever made to put that plan into action.
Juan
Oh
Cena.
god. Vince McMahon is such a carny.
Oh yeah, no, he is the purest carny.
The last Carney.
Yeah, the last carny. In fact, that should be the name. That should be the
That'll
name.
be the name of his biopic when that finally happens.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. The last carny. The purest of the breed. Oh my goodness. Ah.
World weren't ready for it. World should never be ready for it.
I was like, I don't want to see the world that's just gonna look at Juan Cena and be like, yeah, all right.
I'm cool with
Yeah,
this.
like a world that's ready for that is a world that has failed in a very structural sense.
That's just looking at that's just straight up like Juan Cena. Hell, I could eat. You know, just like- oh motherfucker!
I sense your search for powerful fighters. You won't be disappointed.
Is this like a Mad Gear dude from like?
I think we just unlocked like Mad Gear Akuma. What? Like, even
Peace
Beef
out.
Not Afraid is confused by their own plot.
No way.
You have to enter another tournament to recruit somebody for the tournament you're trying to go to back
It's
in
all very confusing.
There's not a lot of ways to operate street fights other than tournaments.
Also,
Yo, I'm dropping this one. Dropping this one in the general chat because this looks incredible. Oh! Boom! Osamu Tezuka's Street Fighter 6. I would read that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, so would I.
I mean, the essential thing about so many fighting games is, like, it's not hard to do them. Like, you can just come up with some wacky characters, and then they fight, and there you go. Thanks for coming by. And, like, this is a good thing. This is how the system works.
Hey, let's you and me fight. Them's fighting.
Yes,
Etc.
exactly. Is that Futurama?
That's Simpsons, I believe.
Was that Simpsons?
Yep.
Right.
I like how fighting words is still a reasonable is still a reasonable defense. You know, for beating someone's ass.
For starting a fight.
Yeah, it's like, no man, he started it with his fighting words. Like, ooh.
Okay, Doll seems good for, like, zoning the entire universe, but not necessarily against whatever's happening here.
I think there's a character in one of the older Guilty Gear games. So it's a short, old, angry guy named Cliff.
Oh
and
yeah.
I think one of his taunts is literally fighting words. Like he yells at you, and the words take shape and can harm you.
Awesome.
Okay, that's funny. That is hilarious.
I feel like there was another fighting game character that did that. I'm trying to think. Like, it was one of the goofier games. They just shout. Oh, whatchamacallit, Phoenix Wright has it in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom as objective.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently I can just beat this guy by just strong punching him forever.
Boom, 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 boom.
Gotta start with his freaking
That stretchy ass jacket must be expensive as hell.
I love it. I absolutely love. I love the design. Just everything that they bothered. Like I said earlier, they could have easily said like, no, you're not getting Dalcine powers. We're going to have to break the engine to do that. But no, just the fact that I can do this is just amazing.
I love it. I love it. And that stretchy jacket is $6 in Shein.
I bought it in Mexico. I literally bought it in Mexico.
That's hilarious.
Jesus, dude.
Akuma doesn't know how to handle getting punched in the leg from like 30 yards away.
Like, he's strong, I'll give him that, but she can't combo me if you're all the way over there.
Oh, but now he's up close.
Yeah, well, guess what? I can push him over. Just wish that my Zangief screwdriver had a little bit better range. Otherwise, every time he got close, I should do that. It's hard to gauge Beef's limbs. I have to get used to that.
It's hard to gauge beef limbs. This is just every one of these sentences. With each of these sentences, we go farther and farther from God.
We stray toward beef.
Toward beef.
But beef not afraid.
There are two masters to this world. There are two sides to this world. The first is the Pope. The second is the Emperor. But in the end, both serve beef. Okay, this year someone is selling weightlifting plates that have Arnold Schwarzenegger posing embossed upon them. Ooh.
Can't go up the mountain yet. Barely left of the map to talk to. Like, did I complete the mission? Okay, yeah, I pursued the fighter hunter. Okay. Don't know what that's about. People just whining about getting beat up by the cardboard guy. Oh, good. Thrasher has... Thrasher's text picture is his Final Fight portrait. That's amazing.
Yes. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is absolutely terrible. There is a there's an athlete from the Republic of South Africa named Seaman. Just Semen.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the worst last name I've ever heard.
Okay, so there's really no point in walking because I have to travel all the way down a mountain. So I'll take a little cab and go talk to some random dude.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I literally don't care who the other characters are. I have chosen my extra character.
I love that this weird strangled whisper is also just how... It's just the voice that Clive has when he's talking to himself. A letter won't last long in the elements. I should go check this out.
He's like super into his own shit.
Yeah.
It's just like you really needed to voice direct him to have a little more range than this because it just sounds really fucking silly.
That I was thinking of during Final Fantasy 15, but like more or less, there are a number of Final Fantasy protagonists where the main character for the game is the character I am least interested in by like a significant margin. like I will admit, like I like Squall better than most people like Squall, but like I am not exaggerating that nearly every other character in that game I have a greater like I want to see them make out okay.
Well, now I just want to know who didn't cross that line.
Irving.
Who did not
Absolutely Irving.
Oh, Irvine. You couldn't remember his name either.
Yeah, even better.
He just doesn't get a character, so yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
I was about to say, his deal is just basically he gets to stand around and say, wait a minute, you guys don't remember anything from when we were kids? Really? Like, that's his whole
I just
character.
didn't talk about it because no one else talked about it.
Right, yeah, exactly. He's like, you know we used to hang out, right? Like
I dressed in tiny cowboy outfit, and Zell dressed in tiny Jinkos, and Squall dressed in his tiny leather jacket.
The tiny cowboy outfit was great.
Listen up, punk.
I'm
Oh,
just,
man.
I was a little, like, it's very funny that they chose to do that, and then I guess in that exact moment, make it clear for those, I don't remember if she mentions it if you talk, but if you talk to her enough, but, like, that Zell's mom is adoptive.
Man.
What?
Like, Zell is in that thing. He has a mom, but he has the mom in that you can visit.
Yeah, no,
in-
they do kind of make a point about that. Yeah, so it is mentioned at some point.
Okay.
Because I
I
remember
guess that's
thinking
the
that
most
myself.
foreshadowing
there-
that gets.
I think it's during the town invasion. They do kind of like they make a reference to it, like we're so glad we found you or something like that.
hmm
Like it's something that you could take as somebody being like a attentive parent, but then you realize it's like they're referring to the adopted thing.
Yeah, that entire thing feels like, I guess that's the closest thing that plot point gets to foreshadowing.
But yes, yeah. No, it the whole everything about that is so delightfully ridiculous. Like we decided your characters wouldn't remember their childhood, and it's a side effect of our job system.
The one thing that I'll give when I'm thinking about this, because like obviously, you know, with 15, definitely the other dudes are more interesting than Noctis. I will give them that, at least in part. The point is, oh yeah, Noctis is a really weird, awkward guy.
Yeah, no, I will say in Final Fantasy 15, yes, the point of Noctis, like they absolutely, it's a weird thing to say, but I feel like they sell the idea that this guy is destined to be king, and when the journey starts, that is a terrible idea, and when the journey ends, you can kind of see it. Even though he's like the king of shit. Like, that's
Even
kind
though
of
it's all
Noctis'
basically over.
Yeah, like Noctis kind of destroyed the world because he kind of was focusing on the wrong things.
As happens.
Yes.
Haven't we all been there?
Like, it's cool that your guy who used to cook for you has now become Daredevil, but I'm sorry, you get to be the king of shit. But no, Final Fantasy 15, I do have to say, and which is part of the reason I'm playing Final Fantasy 16, is because everything about Final Fantasy 15 sounded like a dumb, stupid idea. And they kind of made it work. Like, I'm not saying it works wonderfully, but they definitely... Like, they took the concept of 4 guys going on a road trip and really did make it a thing. And
See, that's the part of 15 that I was always instantly sold by, was the notion of, like, oh yeah, you can have a road trip in a world that is kind of fantasy and kind of real, and you get, like, the joy of seeing people for whom this is not fantastical, but exciting. Like, hey, we just passed by what amounts to the Grand Canyon, but it's a giant crystal, so one of these jackasses is going to say, hey, let's get out and take a picture together.
Right. And also the other side of it is, like, I genuinely, when they did the interviews, and they said, like, oh, there aren't any female playable characters because, like, it ruins the boys' night or whatever the hell. Like, I was like, that is absolute bullshit. What are you talking about? But, again, I feel like they actually sold it in the game because, like, there's the one point where the one guy, Gladius's sister, is hanging out with you guys. And, like, it is noticeably awkward, and I love it. Like, these are guys who do not understand that, like...
They're basically guys in their late teens or early 20s.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, they are theoretically whatever the fantasy equivalent of college freshmen is my opinion on that. Like,
yeah.
Or at least Noctis and what's the photographer's name? Pompano or
Prompto.
whatever? They're definitely freshmen, and Gladius and whatchamacallit are like...
Gladiolus and Ignis.
Ignis, yes. They're like the seniors of the group. But they're all basically just college students. Like, they are... Even the guy who knows what's going on is just the guy who knows what's going on because he knows how to cook. Like, we've all been in that door.
They're like, they make a better argument for why that needed to exist, although I do mourn the fact that they, there was like, Lunafreya was like sort of reconstituted out of a lady character that seems like she was supposed to be a party member in Versus 13.
Yes, I agree.
And like, that's like, oh, well.
I mean, one way or another, that character got screwed to the max. Like,
Oh, got screwed in both a meta sense and in
yeah,
universe
in
sense.
absolutely every concept of Final Fantasy 15. Like that she got done dirty.
Yeah, I forget. I think her name was like Stella to go along with the fucking star theme.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You can find her. She was generally portrayed as like a fighter in the few pieces of art that exist of her, and the only thing we know about her is that at some point in one of the many rewrites that occurred as it was transforming from verses 13 into 15, she ended up getting the axe.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was absolutely. I had an idea for like a couple of different ways to make fun of Final Fantasy 15, and one of them was just absolutely like, "Okay, Luna, okay, it's your big scene. You're ready to do this. You're gonna." Ah, I got stabbed. Like, just, all right.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
Sorry. Like,
They make.
Yeah.
They make the best use of the party dynamic they had. I think that we still would have been better off with potentially what seems to have been the Stella they planned than the Linafreya they made.
Yes. No, I mean, one way or another, that character 100% got screwed. But like I said, I understand what they were going for with the basically these are for college kids on a road
There
trip.
is like an actual use of the dynamic they have, and there's commentary within game on it by virtue of having them like have a girl in front of it and them not having a girl within it and them not having any idea how to interact.
Yes. No, absolutely. Like just like the concept of the little sister is here now, and it's like, oh, we can't pee in the car anymore. It's like, wait, you've been what?
Listen, sometimes there's empty potion bottles and things happen. But yeah, I think the road trip element was fully sold to me the second that you pull into a shitty motel, and Prompto and Noctis just decide to have like a heart-to-heart on the roof.
Yes. No, I can agree. There are a number of different parts of that game where it's just kind of like these are two guys hanging out, and also like I understand a lot of people make fun of it, but I absolutely adore that. Was it Gladio or Gladios?
Gladio, it's short for like Gladiolus.
Okay, well, Gladiolus just going bonkers for freaking cup of noodles.
No, that shit owns.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know people complained about that, but that was like, you know that guy. Like,
he doesn't know how to cook anything else.
Yeah, no, and he's the guy who, like, he's eating complete crap, and he's just telling you, like, this is the best thing that's ever happened. It's like, no, man, you know that's complete. No, this is the best. And, like, this stuff got me through finals. Like, you
Did
know
you
that
get
guy.
through finals, freshman?
Don't you complain about this. It's like, I literally knew somebody in college who, I'm not exaggerating, I never saw him eat them, but in his dorm was like a stack of, like, I am barely exaggerating, 50 cans of SpaghettiOs. And
That's
I knew he ate them
concerning.
because they changed. Like, it wasn't always
Like
the same
you would
stack.
see like promotional SpaghettiOs on them or something.
Yeah, like you'd see like it was this month's
SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs, and it was just kind of like you live like this.
He was the one that one day would salute the Twitter when they announced when they told us to think about the lives lost on D-Day. God, was it D-Day or 9/11? I can't remember which thing had the inappropriate like SpaghettiOs holding the American flag.
Oh, it was Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh, Pearl Harbor Day, of course.
Of course. Inappropriate.
Yeah, with the SpaghettiO with the American flag.
Yeah.
No, it's completely incredible. Just in my opinion, they should take the portraits of the president out of schools. They should replace them with that SpaghettiO.
Also put it in the Louvre. It belongs there as well. It is
Yeah, it belongs in a museum. It belongs in every museum.
Yeah. I should not
Doesn't
be
matter
able
the
to
country.
leave my home without seeing that image.
No, that's it. You should be like, they should be like images of the Virgin Mary in someone's Catholic grandmother's house. You should just be in every room of the house to be able to, from any angle, rest your eyes on that spaghetti-o.
My brain just had the terrible thought: how are there 2 Chester Cheetah games and 0 Spaghetti-O games?
No, seriously, it's because Chester Cheetah's a bad boy. Chester Cheetah.
The bad boy of food mascots.
Fanboy,
Yeah, exactly.
be the change you want to be in the world.
I'm not gonna be able to get. I can't tangle with the lawyers of the Boyardee estate.
I'm just picturing you writing like the saddest post about the fact that a DMCA takedown has made you remove Spaghetti-O 64.
It'll be exactly like the last post on that Kickstarter for Super Mario RPG 2 from 2012.
It turns out we can't do that.
It turns out this is extraordinarily illegal. I will be put in whatever is legally most proximate to debtor's prison.
Yeah, I have been placed into chattel slavery under the custody of the Wagner Group.
I'm being called a bearer now.
I am now in the
am
following
boarding a flight to
gulags.
Belarus as we speak.
God.
Remember.
What game was that? What real game was that? Where like they had the last post and it was just like, this is hilariously illegal. I have to vanish now.
So many things it could be.
No, it was like the game. It was like the Contra Brothers, Super Contra Brothers, or something like that.
Yeah.
Super Retro Squad or whatever. It was
Super
Super
Retro
Mario Brothers
Squad,
crossover, Super Retro Squad. That whole debacle.
Yeah, like it had posters.
Remember they like?
I kind of thought they'd just let me do it because I was doing it.
They didn't stop me yet. What could go wrong?
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody finally found out about this.
Yeah,
I
it's like the end of Burn Burn After Reading, where Brad Pitt's grand plan to get away from that CIA agent is just to smile at him real big.
He would never do anything to me. I'm smiling my $1 million smile.
$1 million smile. Smile and the world smiles with you.
I'm still like completely like I like the entire saga of Super Retro Squad just unfurled within my brain, and I'm still like flabbergasted at how many times people have recreated the conditions of, well, I can't afford to pay people, but what if I bought a house with the money I was supposed to pay them with and had all of them live there, and their rent is finishing the thing that I told them to do.
These are the same brains that do you remember what was it, the forum goons, the Something Awful forum goons who moved to someone's like wooded lot in Hawaii.
Oh no.
And they all lived in the same tent, and their water supply was was stagnant water in
I'm suspecting this is deeply non-potable.
in a children's pool, in a portable pool.
What the fuck?
That animals visibly pissed and shit in.
I assume they had many exotic diseases not typically found in humans.
And the idea was they would come and be free labor for the clearing and development of this wooded lot.
Wow.
Did they have a bathroom?
I love indentured servitude. Some form of sharecropping.
It was the finest thing I have ever seen. God, I need to.
And those proud hands built the Grover House.
Oh my God. But yeah, that's it, man. If we're SA is now so old that like Yeah, these stories are just pure. Okay, Grandpa.
I love that SA will not die because we're all grandpas, all posting grandpas are still there, but it has absolutely no path to draw in new users. None at all. And so it will slowly become a posting retirement home. Like some sort of wretched social experiment that you could never get an ethics board to sign off on.
God, the posting retirement home. Is this any platform or is this specifically SA?
This is specifically SA, just because it has like that specifically calcified user base.
Uh-huh.
That has like no draw to any new human beings.
Yeah. Like who would look at something awful and be like, it's 2023.
Now's the time. I'm ready.
I'm finally gonna join. Do you still have to pay to get in?
Yes.
Yeah, $10.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
I just found out about this after the first founder died. I'm into it.
The first founder died like 2 years ago now.
Listen, word takes a while to filter down.
Yeah, I'm a thoughtful fella. That's how I
did my research afterwards, and I thought, give me some of that.
When I was a kid, my mom told me you better think about it, and I guess it was worth just stuck. I've been thinking about it.
I know the value of $10.
And the sad thing is that now we're talking about your mom telling you to think about it. Might literally have been talking about the something awful for him.
Yeah.
She was a goon.
She was posting there. That's why she told you not to do it.
Mama was a goon.
Oh my god.
Oh, the worst novelty song ever composed. Mama was a goon.
My mama met my daddy on Let's Play.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Buckner and Garcia.
He was playing Street Fighter 1 and she made fan art of Mike.
Oh god.
I would have thought her more of a Retsu sort of person, but
she was young yet, so had some growing up to do.
Mama, You Raised a Goon, song and lyrics by 12 Gauge. Sorry, 12 Gauge Mafia. Mama, You Raised a Goon. Oh man.
We finally at the end of this now.
Okay. I must face further into these bad side quests.
How many hours are you into this by now?
Like 10.
Yeah, this is what is it? Determination and adhering to the craft.
Here it is. It's really amazing how the actions of goons and mods are so freaking far beyond the pale that it's actually impossible for a bystander to believe. Proposal. I'm going to make an environmentally sustainable yoga retreat in Hawaii. Reality. A Y2K survivalist paid goons a, quote, food stipend to help clear-cut a rainforest, dig a road by hand, torture and mutilate animals to death on camera, and bathe in and drink from an improperly filtered kiddie pool that wild hogs shit and pissed in.
Why are there wild hogs?
Listen, they were clear-cutting rainforests.
How did this even happen?
Like, hogs are not going to be ambiently far from that.
A food stipend.
The food stipend was actually just a number of 9mm bullets to shoot the hogs that were shitting in the water supply.
Properly filtered kiddie pool. I'm trying to
I
imagine.
don't think
what-
I've ever seen a filtered kiddie pool, let alone an improperly filtered one.
They could have done it better. They didn't.
Oh, here's some other great ones. A proposal. I'm going to make a fun zip line for kids at camp.
Oh god, the rip line.
Yup. Reality, a goon spent tens of thousands of dollars constructing a machine that kills children entirely by accident. Proposal. A fad diet thread in the exercise forum. Reality. A mentally ill man resembling a melted candle. The Pied Piper of ham joints. Told people that eating nothing but eggs and bacon and lard in paint buckets. Parenthesis. They were literally buying and eating buckets full of lard in the name of good health. Close parenthesis. Would not only make them lose weight, but was so healthy it would cure heart disease and cancer. And a mad, enormous, fat powerlifter who can't run for 20 seconds banned anyone who challenged this wisdom until it led to a man barely into his 20s prescribed statins.
Sweet fucking lord.
Proposal. A thread about animal husbandry in the pet forum.
No.
Reality. A moderator unrepentantly killed animals with AC/DC Hadokens and banned people who asked questions.
A lot of this ends up being like just the natural consequence of largely unvetted moderators just going mad with power and having the worst possible opinions.
If you're not eating buckets of lard, you're banned.
You're banned. It's like, I'm 21 and I'm on statin drugs. Oh, God. I'll always remember what a doctor, a good friend of mine, his dad was a doctor, and he was a really legit guy. And I was reading the paper at their house once, and there was a headline on there about like a 10-year-old girl who had been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Oh,
and he overheard me like say this, and he says, "I would tell her not to save any money."
It might not be bad advice.
Just good God. All right, here's the last one. A proposal for responsible drug users and harm reduction. Reality. A man falls through the earth and into Parisian catacombs. Taking a torch from the wall, he spies row upon row of skeletons. Grasping the nearest by the shoulders, he shakes it madly, yelling, "My dude, have you tried LSD?"
I do wonder what a full accounting of the death toll of the Crackhead Clubhouse would look like.
It is. There was. Oh God. No, I'm with you. It would be staggering because it can't just be the deaths that people posted about, like saying.
Yeah, it can't just be the people who got banned for dying. It has to be.
Yeah. There has to be a full accounting for the life cycle of people going to the opium tea thread and saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna try this out," and
God.
then
Never
showing up.
posting again.
Well, some of the ones who never posted again after that, I assume the ones who were like, "This is wretched. I'm never doing this again." But then you take those posters, and then you see the ones who went to the heroin thread. And basically
A brief stop off in the juice thread first.
Yeah, a brief stop in the juice thread, of course. And then you go to the heroin thread. That's where you start seeing the guys who post like, "Hey, how do you try heroin?" And then there's the, "Hey, how can I get more heroin?" And then they just stop posting.
And no one knows them well enough to like go in and post, "Yeah, they're gone."
Yeah. That was the heroin thread was the one where just you go in there and you see all these accounts, like their last post is in like fucking 2011. It's like, oh my fucking God. Or you just
nothing that ended with this post ended in happy times.
Yeah, exactly. And then yeah, you get the guys who get permabanned for being dead. Like
Yeah, that grim little tradition.
I don't think they permad Vile Rat for being dead. because I think you can't. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. But
I remember hearing that there was a donation incentive around getting to be the one who got to ban low tax.
okay, that's hilarious.
And that was apparently a job and a half because there was some, like, all sorts of weird permissions around his account to prevent it from being bannable.
Oh my god.
And so they basically just had to do, like, all sorts of weird things to remove posting privileges and then manually change its avatar to being banned.
That's incredible. Well, you know, and of course, all of this was coded by Radium. You know, the world's dumbest man, who was hired specifically because his incompetence. You know, Lotax could blame Radium's incompetence as opposed to his own just being pilled out of his mind constantly.
Mm.
Oh man.
The internet made some of us stupid.
Sure did.
Or would you say awful?
It truly was. It truly was a comedy for him.
It truly was the only place to find information on Super Hornio Brothers for like a decade there.
Oh yeah. It was like if your ass played Doom 3 with any level of seriousness, you had to go to the Something Awful forums.
You're here.
Let's remember the good times, like two goons just seeing if they can light a wasp's nest on fire, and somehow not dying from that.
Let's see. Yeah, that was a classic. Classic. So that's actually some genuinely good goon stuff.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Night Vale. Like literally conceived of on the forum. At least one marriage that is like it's still going.
One actual lasting marriage.
At least one
They beat
actual
the odds.
lasting marriage. Yeah. Let's see. You know what? I'll say it. The elitist jerks forums. You know, once upon a time, they served a purpose. Let's see. Okay, one of my funniest like completely unexpected goon success stories was a guy who there's this guy who comes in. He came into like the goons platoons, the military forum. They had like a military recruiting thread. The guy comes in. He's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking of joining the army." And then, like he comes back like a month or two later. He's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to join special forces."
Oh Lord!
And then you just never hear from him ever again. Basically. And you know, which of course the military recruiting thread was full of that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then like later on, in a completely unrelated thread in the firing range forum, some guy's asking a question about some military rifle, and then that guy shows up again. He's like, "Yeah, when my A team was in Afghanistan, they issued us those things. They didn't shoot for shit." It's just like,
wow.
Oh. Well, congratulations, sir.
Speaking of beating the odds, not a lot of people who just say, maybe I'll join Special Forces, and actually can back that up.
Just like, you know, I was on the internet.
Think about it.
Why not?
Why not join Special Forces? I just remember laughing my ass off at that exchange. It was like, this is weird. This guy never posts. It was like checking out his last post. It was like last post 5 years ago. I think I'll join Special Forces. Like, what the fuck, man?
Still evidently lurking, but now, but with purpose.
With purpose, you know. Oh man, and there was the investment banking threads for the Something Awful investment bankers. Never many of them, but always a few.
I can only imagine how those went.
Mostly just just good stuff.
I do wonder what the today's modern Reddit meme stock concept would have looked like if it was 20 years ago and something awful.
Oh my god. Could you imagine?
I don't want to.
Could you imagine is the question.
Oh man.
Who are you?
Okay, now we can finally join a fighting tournament.
You go through a fighting tournament to join a fighting tournament.
Ultimately, all things in this world are fighting tournaments.
It's Street Fighter.
Yes. I mean, let's face it, that's how this works.
Wow, they someone has released, those like our country was so good in the 50s, those fucking memes. Someone has done one of those memes about 2019.
Wow.
Excuse me, repeat that?
3 years ago today, gas was $2 a gallon. Eggs were $1 a dozen. Mortgage rates were 3%. Inflation was less than 1%. We had full employment and world peace. What happened?
What did
Nope.
happen?
Nope.
God. I mean, I feel like it was 2016 that broke me in so many ways because, like, 2016 from the election to just, like, Carrie Fisher dying, like, it occurred to me that if I could have lived that life over again, like, that entire year, I would have not been able to change a single goddamn thing that happened.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be running through the streets saying, like, Trump's gonna be president, and, like, it would mean nothing.
Yeah, because it was like you and several thousand other people who were running around saying the same thing.
Exactly. Like, it was like, we knew the danger, and it somehow still happened. And, like,
Trump's gonna be president. There's gonna be a super flu.
yeah, God.
Okay. What do you want me to do about it? Keep watching the skies.
Yeah, exactly. And just the idea that there was just, like, these gigantic universal upheavals, and just, like, me as a person, no control over any of it. Like, there are, like, some social things that if I were to be able to go back to, like, let's take 2015 as a random number, I could, like, make different choices and be slightly better off for myself. But, like, the things that really matter, like, nope.
What's the matter?
Mm-hmm.
So 2019 would be in that range.
We must all, sometimes in our lives, come to terms with the fact that in the scheme of things, we are powerless.
Yes, exactly.
We usually just put that out of our minds, but some things force the recognition.
I'd like to think that here on the stream tonight we've learned something about ourselves. And beef not
No, I'm pretty much exactly the same.
Damn it.
See, I am actually I'm actually completely resistant to reflection of any kind.
I've
No
never
self-concept.
improved even slightly.
I have no self-concept.
I am like unto a vampire.
All that exists within me is a long string of personality mirroring.
It's like, look, man. I'm a conversational wire mother. You come to me with the conversational milk, not the conversational fuzz. Like, oh man.
Jeez. Watch yourself, beef not afraid.
Beef afraid.
No, beef not afraid. That's the whole point.
Beef very afraid.
No, is he your no? That's not the name. That's wrong. Like I'm attacking attack drones and somebody literally named Mystery Bad Guy. Not to be confused with Guilty Gear Sol Bad Guy.
Oh, bad guy.
Dalsim does not deal well with drones. Not something that's part of the yoga skill set. I like that it's the point that Beef Not Afraid has learned how to fly. She also has wings. It's a convenient little bit of environmental story.
That's world building, motherfucker.
I can fly. Demon running through the open door.
The only reason I could tell that characters were still following me in this game is that they keep arbitrarily teleporting whenever I move the camera, and it's really off-putting.
Thank you, Kingdom Hearts.
Wait, do you have a full party with you?
No, you have like these. You have like usually one, if you're very lucky, 2 AI companions and a dog who mostly just sort of stay in the background and vaguely like the game sort of pretends they're fighting, and they can do damage, but they are not motivated fighters, I'll put it that way.
They're going for the motions.
VR Combat Nihilist Lebowski. We fight
Like,
for
most
them
of the enemies are also kind of nihilistic and don't really do very much, so... It's a lot of disinterested parties vaguely throwing particle effects at each other.
Yeah, the random characters in that game definitely... When I say random characters, I mean like the things you're fighting against. Definitely like they're... A lot of them are like, here's my telegraphed attack.
I did my telegraphed attack, and now I will stand here for 3 solid minutes.
Would you like to try to dodge this?
Do everything I can. Oop. Callie just ditched.
I don't blame him. I think he's got fight.
Literally anything else to do with his life.
Yeah, no, it's fighting game shit, which isn't a great deal better, but it is better.
That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
Nice shawl.
Mercedes.
But it was all a shame.
So one of the characters we fought against in the previous fighting tournament apparently has deep feelings about Nashal or whatever.
Everyone
Who doesn't?
Everyone loves.
I don't know.
Hey, Kelly came back. I thought you were off.
Shit itself.
I just assumed that you were off to go play Street Fighter or whatever.
Yeah.
No, that'll be in like 10 minutes.
Gotcha.
God, just everybody's talking about this fighting tournament that I'm going to get to enter. When are we going to get to the fireworks factory?
Too many particle effects.
I love the fact that these characters are taking like Beef Not Afraid seriously as like possibly somebody who's going to liberate a country. Like...
E450 wagon, 3rd row.
Yeah.
Wagon and flagging.
Wagon and flagging.
Alright, so done that, so now... Okay, so now we get to go back. I swear to God if we don't get to the fighting tournament before the end of this night.
Oh, I think... Yeah, Windows Update just updated my graphics drivers, and I think that probably killed Discord somehow.
Nice.
Of course!
The dream.
Okay.
That's what we came to see.
Look, as somebody who's a professional computer guy, I can say that, like, your computer, the fact that it works at all, is a mystery that nobody can ever solve. So, you change the slightest thing in that environment, and guess what happens? I have seen people install a printer that then just destroyed like a 2-monitor setup, and that shouldn't make any sense, but it does.
As also a professional computer guy, whenever like a newer employee has an issue making something work, and I explain like how to get around that issue, it always makes me sound like a crazy person.
Don't you understand? This works every time.
The best is when something works, but it works in a really embarrassing way.
We've been doing this for 30 years.
We are all less human for having had that work.
God. I used to have to deal with a Microsoft Exchange server that would stop working every 2 days like clockwork at 5 a.m. And it didn't even need a full reboot. It just needed one specific service to be rebooted. And it was kind of like, well, can't we just automate that? It's like, nope, if you automate it, it doesn't work for some bizarre reason. So every 2 days at 5 a.m., somebody's just got to reboot this one service manually. Thanks for playing.
I do love how things like that just stack up in any tech organization.
Like, isn't there a better way to do this? Nope. We tried six different better ways to do this.
That's a load-bearing Pepsi can. You gotta put that back.
Scantily dressed man who fights like Chun-Li is kicking my ass.
I can.
Alright, good night, everybody.
Have a good one. May all your Pepsi cans be low bearing.
Oh, I hear fireworks.
I wonder... What if... Just imagining a better world, one where Grover House is a national landmark. Protected, historic.
I was gonna say where it all came together. Everything as it should be. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna...
Like, would you argue that isn't as it should be?
I like the looks of this Karnov looking guy who's like in charge of this tournament.
His name is Karnov.
His name is actually Punch, which is an amazing name for a Street Fighter game. I think I should maybe switch back to right.
You were named after my favorite move.
You're named after how my grandparents met. I'm gonna switch back to Ryu style after this, because whereas Dalsim really works well for group things, I'm not a great Dalsim player.
Noted non-seam.
Correct. Dalsim's movements, like I said, I don't think they move fast enough for how my brain works. I need to be jump kicking at all times. Also, this guy's name is Sumpog. What's your favorite video game from the 70s? Well, it's Sumpog.
Okay, hey, so turns when families all in the house at once, and we just watched fireworks, they want to play dominoes afterwards. And it turns out I want to like spend time with my mom and dad and sister-in-law and wife more than I want to spend time with you guys. So I'm sorry about it.
No, I understand.
I'm insulted, but in an okay way.
As long as you're okay with it.
I mean,
say hi to the family.
The product that you're putting on screen.
I mean, like,
he had already played the dominoes.
everything about the way, like, Beef Not Afraid is moving is terrifying to me, and therefore deeply, like, deeply like demanding of my attention.
My family
Also,
is
you
upset.
just missed Ample Vigor.
Oh shit, I did. I'm sorry. I'll be sure to message.
I'm
them,
sure that
apologize.
of all people, I would expect Ample Vigor to understand your reasoning.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a shame, though. I do love Ample Vigor quite dearly. Yeah, I didn't misspeak. I will kiss Ample Vigor on the mouth.
Yeah, no.
As we all would.
You're not gonna lie, it's true. The one thing that brings us all together and closer as people.
Listen, haven't you ever heard of a nice platonic kiss on the mouth for like at least 4 minutes?
Oh my god. Okay, once it goes past the 2-minute mark, you're officially making out.
Oh no.
Yes.
I have to prove that.
I'm sorry. That's what science says. Like
that.
Like at the 30-second mark, it's still a kiss. At the 1-minute mark, you're in like you could call it a kiss and get away with it, but you're in dangerous waters. At the 2-minute mark, you're making out.
There's Renji. I'm gonna play Ryu, but with a spinning pile driver.
Why? Yeah, that's how logic works.
Alright, now I can play with a slightly more offensive thing.
Deeply offensive.
Deeply offensive. Oh, so unrelated to anything at all, I'm at the point in my Breath of the Wild, not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom replay, where I am at the point where I probably could just, go straight to the final boss and beat him very easily. But also, there's a ton of just cool stuff in the game that I just want to go and look at, so I haven't yet.
That's understandable.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
It's a very cool game in that regard.
Like, how many signs have you put up?
At least...
Not nearly enough.
not nearly enough. I think there's like 83 in the game total.
God, is that right? That's great.
And every time I see one, I'm like, oh no, this gets my immediate attention.
Yeah, no, you gotta stop what you're doing.
That. I love that
must fix
motherfucker.
things for
Like,
this
every
poor
time I
character.
see that guy, I'm like, no, let me help you.
I have like a magical glue gun, and I have opinions on how to solve this.
Yeah. One of the, I saw a video on YouTube. I've not done this personally yet, but if you have one of the giant horses, and if you have a Breath of the Wild save file on that Switch, you can in fact have 2 giant horses, which is wonderful.
Nice.
Yes, you can have Ganon's giant horse and Zelda's giant horse.
You can have both the giant horses, and I absolutely do. But the giant horse is a physics object, like every other object in the game. So if you just park the giant horse exactly underneath the sign, that will work.
Wait, so...
Gentlemen, there's a chance
this
This will work! Fool, that will never work!
Does the horse not have an issue with it, or...?
I feel like that's the entire Tears of the Kingdom ethos wrapped up in one pair of sentences.
If you have a giant
Gentlemen,
horse.
there's a chance this will work. You fool, that will never work.
Yeah, I
My
was
God, every
saying
time you spinning pile driver, this poor karate man. All right, so we're all agreed that Beef Not Afraid is a being not of Earth, right? And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean she came from space. I mean that she came from the space between spaces.
I mean, another dimension just plainly could be an answer.
Yeah.
What are we living for?
I like the phrase "space between spaces" more.
Have a good one.
Have a great night, Gally.
We'll let you know if Beef wins the fight
older
tournament.
version of Street Fighter. A very old version of Street Fighter.
Which
one?
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh, okay.
Usually
on Mondays, that's usually what Gally's doing.
Oh yeah, I
Monday.
forgot it's Monday versus Tuesday. I get
Yeah.
confused.
All right.
But because But because Cam did a fight night stream on Sundays, usually I do the stream on Mondays, and the production values are much less.
It's just to make sure that people appreciate what Kane's putting down.
Yeah, Kane brings a lot to the table, and you have to like step up your game to match it.
Hi, Screaming Red Skull. Well,
Good luck
anyway,
with that.
you.
Oh, hey, Screaming Red Skull. How you doing?
Good day and welcome.
Peace
to
out,
the
everybody.
chat. Thank you for coming on a Monday.
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
That's a different guy. We're talking about Beef Not Afraid.
Fucking prove it.
Beef Not Afraid was born on all days of the week, and that doesn't make any sense.
But yet it does.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Beef Not Afraid is not bound by our profane laws of physics.
I mean, look at that body. It was a difficult birth.
That implies that she was born. I think it's much more likely that she just crawled from a someone crossed their eyes and looked at a corner to make it look like there was two corners, and Beef Not Afraid just walked out of that fully formed.
Distinct possibility.
I mean, I always tell people I crawled from a crack at the bottom of the sea. It works.
Now, you were just playing dominoes with your mother.
She could be like adopted. You don't know. No, she's not. I've already told y'all that the story of how she left me at the hospital, and then immediately came back going, "Oh God, I forgot." I don't know how true that is, but I know my mom, so it is definitely spiritually true.
Fargo true.
Yeah, it's true enough. Is it necessarily as true as when she told it? No, she's a known storyteller. Is it true based on what I know about her as a person? Yes.
Oh boy, our first scene set in a brothel.
What?
Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, man. I will say I do absolutely love all of your insights on Final Fantasy 16, fanboy. They're wonderful, and I feel overjoyed whenever you post them because I'm like, oh yeah, I get to read more about how this game sucks.
I've had many things to say on that subject.
I am a man uniquely drawn to tragedy and all the horror that implies.
The horrors. The horrors.
That's a Cammy.
Oh, is that Cammy? That explains that. Played as or with Cammy very much. No, this isn't Cammy. This is, what's her name? The ninja girl.
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Is she the graffiti girl, or
Yes.
am I getting mixed up?
Yeah.
It's a graffiti ninja, but yeah, that's because she's doing the cloud thing, which is why, definitely.
Yeah, you're right. I just saw a couple of punches, and I was like, it kind of looks like Cammy's punch.
They're vaguely similar to Cammy's normal, to make sense.
Partial preference.
It's a good thing you did a bunch of grinding before this, because otherwise I think you'd be getting your ass beat.
I agree completely, and
Still
still
Yeah,
using like healing
you are
items just to
getting
make it through this.
fucked up here, Little Bob.
And it wasn't really grinding, it was just a matter of I was doing the side quests that are around, because they're actually quite fun, but they're also the kind of things that's like, would probably be boring.
They don't make for good streaming content, in your opinion.
Yes, like it's the kind of thing wherein you're like, go here, go here, go here, fight one guy, go here, quest over.
You get the fun of listening to the weird NPCs have weird NPC opinions.
Yes, exactly. But, like, as far as it being actual streaming content, not so much. Which I have no problem advancing the game on Monday or Tuesday or whatever day we're streaming. And then, like doing the bonus content in between and then coming back to it. 'Cause this game isn't this game. This whole ass PlayStation 2 game that they put in this PlayStation 5 game isn't that long. But I think we've actually played it at this point longer than we played like Mega Man Legends.
Longer than Samurai Legend Musashi.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Samurai Legends Musashi was
Despite the fact that that went like 5 streams when you thought it would go 2.
It was 4. I was recently reviewing that, but I did think it would be 2. I will not.
What was the one you posted quite recently, Goggle Bob? Wife Quest. That was it. That was
February.
No, it's slightly criminal. Lightly criminal.
I mean, like, I remember like looking at it like, huh, this is a very weird Metroidvania. And then the second I saw one of those, hammer the buttons to do a special animation where you like sort of torture a downed enemy, and eventually the downed enemy suddenly reacts much stronger. And I was like, oh, this was a porn game. They just changed out what the animations were.
Yeah, no, absolutely what's going on there.
Literally, like, no mistaking it. This was a porn game, and it somehow got a T rating.
Yeah, no, they went for something a little bit cuter with it, and then it kind of got through.
It reminds me of the DeviantArt porny, where something is posted on DeviantArt, and you look at it, and you're like, this is absolutely porn. But there's no nudity. Just
like you would have to be interested in, like, for the most part, you would have to either know the internet too well or be already interested in jacking off to it to realize what it was.
Yeah. Well, not even that. Like, because like sometimes you just look at it and you just know. Oftentimes,
it's too specific.
It's too specific. Everything about it just screams, "Please look at this character's foot," and you're like, "Ah, this is a foot guy." And I'm not even kink shaming. I'm just saying it's obvious,
it is obvious for whom it is.
Like your target audience and your creator are very, very much in full view here.
This guy is drive impacting you over and over.
Oh yeah,
I have noticed that.
Fucked up by this guy.
This is going to be another one of those where I actually have to guard, I suppose.
I mean, not with that attitude. Like you. It's just keeps happening.
Yeah, this guy's gonna mess you up, something fierce.
How did that whiff? I was like right on top of it.
Oh god, he just bodied you, man. You are getting fucked up by this dude.
It's okay, I have like 1,000 of them.
You are prepared, but in an ugly and grotesque way.
I just like the idea of Beef Not Afraid in the middle of a fight just downing an energy drink and being like, okay, I have full health now.
I mean, that's how they do it in Yakuza, so...
I was gonna say, it's like playing Skyrim. You stop and eat, half a dozen cheese wheels and...
Just... I just imagine
you start casting through your inventory and start like, man, I do have that giant's toe.
It always blows my mind every time I like see like the Skyrim guy, and he's this like fucking dweeb wearing the dorkiest ass helmet I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, just like the local nerd trying to do Viking cosplay and failing.
Yeah. Like, every time I see Skyrim Man, I'm just like, what the fuck are you?
Why are you like this?
Why are you like this? I dislike you greatly. Now, I've never played Skyrim. Somehow, it's been out for like, what, 10 years now?
It's currently available on my toaster for a port.
12? Holy shit. Fucking A.
2011. The kid named Dovahkiin is now old enough that he probably at least, played a little bit of it.
God damn. I always remember, this is like a key memory in my existence. It was my first, like, post-college job, my first real job, the one I had for 10 years. And I was talking to my coworker at the end of, like, a work week one day. And he's like, yeah, I'm taking the day off on Monday. And I'm like, oh, why? And he's like, well, Skyrim's coming out. You gotta play that shit.
For the first time, he said ominously.
And I'm like, all right, man, have fun, whatever, right? 6 years later, that guy was my boss thanks to intensive workplace politicking.
That sounds awful.
Several layoffs and just a whole bunch of other
Did
shit.
you get him a cheese wheel as a gift?
I should have. No, I never did. But like the knowledge, the guy who eventually became my boss through like a ridiculous number of hoops jumped through was a gigantic Skyrim nerd, always stuck with me.
Am I right? As promised, the winner of the tournament will be going to Mount
Alright, like,
Strong
so
to compete in the
tired, what's wrong with Beef Spot? We're not
Oh my
even,
god,
we're-
we just won the ability to win another martial arts tournament.
Right. But like what's this dude? What's going on with this dude's like right pectoral? Like he's got these weird dots on it?
Yeah, no, he
Look
is,
like
he is
impact
soaked,
wounds?
He has soaked some bullets.
exactly they represent.
Oh man. Boxhead's here to kill you.
Is Boxhead gonna turn out to be our like good buddy? From the
Boxhead
intro?
looks like a character that was like made without ever touching the body type sliders. And you are a character that was made with love. So that's the difference between you and Boxhead. Like people look at Boxhead and they're like, whatever, generic accessory picker. People look at Beef Not Afraid and say, you were created with love, and I love you.
You shall be as gods.
Oh damn! Red Skull just threw out a challenge, Goggle Bob. You gonna take that shit lying down?
Somebody's going to have to tell it to me. I'm looking at Punch here. But what is the
Skull
challenge?
says, I know you're in the middle of
he's
your
gonna fuck
VP
you up.
adventure, but if you're trying to throw down, hit a skull up.
Okay.
I feel like you should take him up on it.
I mean, I have absolutely no problem with that. We could do that literally next week.
I am not ready to accept the idea that I just received a quest to talk to people literally 2 feet away from me.
Neo Shadowloo, that doesn't sound like a terrible thing.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, we're just all glad that that's a thing. But,
Neo was a good guy in Matrix, so I'm sure Neo Shadowloo's a good.
Yeah.
I got a text from Retsu from Street Fighter 1. That's always important.
Hell yeah.
Retsu's just like, big into talking. Shut up. Sorry, man. I know you got the credit of being in Street Fighter 1, but
All right, Goggle Bob, how's your typical Thursday looking?
my typical Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird week with the 4th and everything. I just got a text message while somebody's throwing a knife at me.
Next week, not this week.
I guess good.
All right. Put it on
What
the
are you-
calendar. Making this shit happen.
Are you going to see Goggle Bob or
I'm
what?
gonna make it. I'm gonna force Goggle Bob to see.
What's happening?
We just I have a set up. I have put in motion. Your ass getting kicked by Screaming Red Skull.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I do
I'm
what
like
little
the
I
worst
can.
fight promoter here.
No. I'm your fucking shit. What's a fight promoter if it's not like absolutely evil?
Incorrect.
They
by
don't
that-
exist.
And by that I mean has not murdered somebody in the middle of the street.
Incorrect.
Still not convinced they exist.
Unavailable. Well, it's almost 11 o'clock. I think once I find a place for Beef Not Afraid to sleep for the night, I think we're gonna call it.
All right.
Everybody can enjoy their 4th of July. Or 3rd of July.
I mean, like, I saw fireworks just a few minutes ago.
How was it?
They were hype.
Was it like over the beach?
No, they were on the beach getting shots over, like, the land.
Oh, here we
Sounds
go.
nice.
Here's a good way to end.
It was very nice.
Retsu
I
challenged
absolutely-
us to-
Fucking teleport in here.
He's got yoga powers. We've all seen it.
I'm sorry, like the 16 does not have like real pathfinding AI for your companions. They just sort of teleport to places.
Oh, okay. You were talking about 16. I was talking about Street Fighter still.
Yeah.
6 is better than 16, apparently.
So, like, has it, like... Okay, fanboy, like, earlier we were discussing this, not on this stream, obviously. And I mentioned, I don't feel like this game has made a single good choice, and you were like, I'm kind of in agreement. Has it made a single good choice yet?
No.
Okay. Fuck that game.
Like I'm doing the side quests because you do the side quests and there is not a shred of worthwhile quest design yet.
Good lord. Like,
like my
to put this in stark contrast, I recently started replaying Skies of Arcadia via Dolphin, which is like one of my favorite games ever of all time forever, and I'm having a blast with it. Is there stuff in this game that I would say is questionable in the year of our Lord 2023? Abso-fucking-lutely. There's an entire like optional boss whose a whole thing is that he's gay and has a crush on Vice. And Vice is not sure how to deal with that.
2000 was a dark
I was
time.
about to say, what's the exact year that came out? Was that 2000?
It's the re-release, so the original was 2000. The re-release, I believe, came out in 2002. I want to say
2003.
God, it felt like it was so long between them.
Wait, really? 2003? Damn, I thought it was 2002. Huh?
Nope, took a minute.
Took a minute. All right, cool. That's one of the bonus features. Like, that's not in the original version.
Yeah, there's a canceled PS2 port that's being worked on at the same time, but many parts of Sega had extreme difficulty coming to grips with the PS2's architecture, so they just stopped.
But like, there's shit in Skies of Arcadia that you could like point at and say, that's not great, right?
Wouldn't have done that this time.
Wouldn't have done that. Would not have done that. But like, also, it was made during the Clinton administration, so like, I'm not saying give it a pass, but like, there is at least an understanding.
I won't pretend I would have been better than it.
I will not pretend that I personally would have been a better person, because I know who I was at the time, and I definitely was not. That said...
I was a shitty child.
Yeah, sure. That fucking said, Final Fantasy 16 came out this year.
Approximately a week and a half ago.
So what the fuck?
You understand?
It was a different time? Yeah, sure, I guess. Technically, a week and a half ago was, in fact, a different time.
Dearly beloved, other time, other space, people live a damn boring routine life. That is a joke for no one. I apologize.
Don't worry, I still laughed.
That is the part of the opening crawl of TurboGrafx 16 shooter Rock On.
Hell yeah, Rock On.
Have you ever seen the box art to Rock On, Beat? I think you would love it.
I have not. Please show it to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up because I think that you will. I think it is something that you will.
I mean, I love
appreciate.
a lot of things. I have a heart full of love, and also hatred.
You have a heart.
I feel that this box art is incredibly powerful.
Just dump it in general, so that everybody has to suffer.
I was debating whether it should go in general or if it should go in sex too, but
I mean, if you think if
not
you,
an SFW in any
if you
fashion,
ever
it's
even
just
think it
extremely
should go in sex 2, put it in sex 2. That's the rules. If at any point You think somebody would have been like, "Oh yeah," to it?
There's nothing NSFW about it. It's just extremely powerful.
That's why I put stuff in Sex 2. It's because it's extremely powerful. All right.
So here it is in Sex 2 screenshots.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can see why you put it on Sex 2 screenshots. That is
Would you
sensual.
like to share with the rest of the class?
I suppose I will. I'm going to
The
copy
sweat
link.
on his brow is upsetting.
Yeah, no, it makes it. Pyramid Skull, I'm glad that you understand my nature on this one. Dang, that is one heck of a link. I clicked copy link on Discord, and my goodness, that it certainly delivered.
I'd like to point out that the opening scroll of Rock On, this generic shooter with this incredible box art, is dearly beloved. Other time, other space. People live a damn boring routine life without. Although the world is so peaceful. Of course, some of them thinks they gotta get out of the life and dreaming about getting a big fortune. To realize that dream, there's only one way left in this world. Needless to say, it's somehow to find out the mysterious fortune hidden by the ancient people. Busters, it's the name we call the fortune hunters. Now they're about to start a historic journey that no one could come back alive from.
That is an incredible monologue. I feel like
am invigorated by the idea of calling them busters.
I feel like Christopher Walken gives that monologue at every movie he auditions for, and he always gets the part.
People live a damn boring routine life.
I'm gonna do my best impression here. People live a damn boring life. That's it. That's all I got. I can't remember the rest.
I still just love that it starts with. I still just love that it starts with dearly beloved, but misspelled. It starts with dearly beloved.
Like dearly beloved is what the pastor says at a wedding.
Yeah, it's like.
So like
We are
dearly
gathered
beloved, we are
in
gathered here
English
today.
that the phrase is ever used.
Yeah, like
Beloved,
it's
we're gathered here to get through this thing called life. Electric thing. Life. It's forever. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You are perfect, in fact.
People live a damn boring routine life.
People live a damn boring routine life. And that's what we need sometimes, maybe. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Dearly
rock
beloved,
on.
we are gathered here today to remember that people live a damn boring routine life.
But yeah, Rock On is aesthetically unimpeachable. Deeply mediocre video game, but
Look, like, I've all long believed that, like, a video game can be absolutely elevated over whatever stupid shit it is just by absolutely going for whatever thing it's going for. Shantae, for example, and that's always the example. God, isn't it really? Well, like, the original Game Boy Color Shantae is maybe a 6 out of 10 platformer.
Yeah.
But it has charm, and it has effort put into all the dumbest things imaginable.
And it is self-assured of what it is.
It is dedicatedly what it is. And like, even like as much digital blood as I've spilt over plausibly deniable horny, I can't hate it. I genuinely can't. I like it. It is a nice video game.
I love nice video
in spite of itself.
Well, I think on that note, we're going to take a break for the evening.
All right.
So,
Red Skull, thanks for popping in. We'll definitely try and make something happen in the immediate future.
Yeah, it occurs to me that Red Skull's been watching me fight in this game for like weeks now, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it. Like, I've been giving it all away.
Red Skull's going to fuck you up.
Everybody knows how beef not
it's going to
afraid
be
works.
really funny.
They're going to absolutely take your skull and just crush it into powder. And I'm just going to look at you and say,
don't like
do
the
something
sound of
about
that.
it, motherfucker. It's going to be awesome. We're all going to be like, we're all going to be cheering a Red Skull on, and you're just going to be like sobbing in the corner.
Without a skull. Not even a skull to comfort
Not
you.
even a skull to your name, because Red Skull just kicked your ass too hard. Just absolute devastation.
Busters, go.
Well, on that cheery note.
What it's called, Asks Weeks, question mark. You can just join us in Discord if you want to talk to us directly, man.
Yeah.
But for the record, my thought was probably next week, if available. But like, you know, we'll work something out. You can just talk to us, man. It's all good.
We'll work something out.
I keep saying, man, you're non-binary. I shouldn't say that. I apologize. It's dude speak. It's deep into my brain. So
Say-
my
just
most
say
sincere apologies.
Appropriate term is screaming.
Appropriate term is screaming.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
It's good. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Have a great night, all. Peace.
Go.